Hello, Aries, and welcome back to your extended. So we left off in the YouTube reading with how is how okay, what next? Okay, yes. So we received all of this information. We now have all this like um past. The past is now informing the future. Well, it's informing the present, and it's also telling you what's coming up, what's in the future, you know what I mean? But so you have all these pieces. That's what this is talking about. It's like you have all these pieces, but you're asking what next? How do I get which is interesting because we have the Ten of Pentacles presented down here in your second row. And what it's talking about is how does Aries get from the Ace to the 10? So what are the steps that's needed in this unfolding? I want to say between you and another person. But what's actually coming out here now is that this could just be, well, what this unfolding is for you. Because remember, of course, we had the Ace of Pentacles. And what I'm noticing is that it's like, okay, hang on a second. This guy here has this Ace of Pentacles inside of his hands. And it looks like he's hiding it. He's hiding this Ace of Pentacles. He's holding it so that like you can't see it. Almost like it's like they're waiting for the perfect time. Something like that. For it to happen, for the exchange to happen, for like the pentacle to be given. But he's holding it. And Aries, I think this is you. I feel like this is you, Aries, holding this pentacle. And the pentacle is the Ace of Pentacle is well, it's coming up as the exchange that you're having with another being. I was initially seeing it as like just maybe, I was kind of switching. I switched. But it's definitely it's presenting as like you and another being, you and another person, your connection. So you're holding in your hands the blueprint of how your unfolding is going to present itself in this lifetime. You're holding that in your hands. You're holding it. And it's almost like you're waiting. Are you waiting for the right opportunity or the right timing? There's some type of strategy with the Seven of Swords that's coming out as your first card in the reading. There's some type of strategy that you're using. You're using, it's almost okay. So you hang on 1 second. Let me just gather my thoughts. So you're using the strategy of the blueprint because we have after the Seven of Swords, we have the architect. And the architect is the one who designs the blueprints, right? So, and the architect has given you the blueprint. So this I was going to say archetypal, but it's archetype. This architect is outside of you. They're the ones that has given you the blueprint, the unfolding of how your connection is going to be with this other, and all that it entails. It's like you received everything. You remember you got to tour the house, right? So you've received everything. So it's like how I was saying, it's like you've got all the pieces, but you're trying to figure out how to get from the ace to the 10. And so you're trying to get from the ace to the 10. And the strategy that is being used here is based off of the blueprint that you received a while ago about this. The blueprint that you received in your dreams with the artist. The artist, to me, he talks about kind of like receiving information in your dreams, and then when you wake up, it's like you quickly hurry to go write it down because you don't want to forget or miss anything. We were talking about forgetting. Um, we were talking about forgetting. So it's like that's, I think we were talking about forgetting in this set of cards, but we were talking about forgetting before, and it's like all of this remembrance is, it's coming in from this blueprint, whatever this blueprint is. And okay, this is so beautiful. This is so stunning. So the artist is coming below. This is a stunning reading. The artist is coming below the 10 of cups. What I'm loving here is that the artist is looking at the tree, and then you two are sitting at the base of that same tree. So it's once again talking about the masculine. It's reconfirming that the masculine, which I want to say is you Aries. You Aries you've received this information. You're watching it. You're literally watching it unfold in your dreams, and you're writing it down, and you're remembering it. You're remembering everything. You're remembering not only your most recent past life, but you're remembering every single one before that. And it's almost like you're walking through a house. You're walking through a house. And that's what it's presenting as. It's like, and every single door that you open up is another lifetime. It's another lifetime that you've shared with this other, I mean, counterpart, perhaps, you know what I'm saying? Like that. It's like that. And you can see it all. So the strategy that you're using is based off of what you've seen in your dreams. So you're asking, okay, yeah, what's coming next? But how do I get from the ace to the 10? And what the architect is telling you is that I gave you the entire blueprints. All you have to do is like read the map. All you have to do is read the house. All you have to do is read the house. So when you go through the rooms again, it's like each room has like a clue to what the unfolding is going to be like, the steps that need to be taken in order to, get from like A to Z type of thing. That's what's going to be shown to you. readjusting all of my cards. 1010. That one doesn't come up often. Okay. It's like, okay, even as I'm doing this now, it's like I'm rearranging the cards, like I'm arranging them. So what I feel like is happening for you, Aries, is that you've received a lot of message in your dreams. You know, it is the past informing the future, those types of dreams. But you might have gotten it in a way that's not non-linear. So you could have gotten one part of the dream that happened, that's going to happen further down the road, right? And but it's like, it's basically what it's saying is that the pieces that you have are out of order, and they need to be arranged in such a way um, that's going to show you exactly how to get from the ace to the 10. It's like you got to rearrange it. It's out of order. It's kind of like in a house, like when you go to tour a house, you know, you walk into the main space, I don't know, the foyer or living room or however you want, right? And generally you can you can make different decisions as to which direction next you want to go in the house. So if you happen to go this way, you know what I mean, you're going to receive messages that are further down the process for you. Whereas if you were to go this way, you would have received messages that are closer to you or closer in time to you. And you know, like vice versa. So it's like depending on how you toured the body, the house of that blueprint, it's like it you might have toured it in a way that was out of order. So you're going to have to use like your mind. Okay, so it's kind of like what this is talking about here, the Seven of Swords, because so he's carrying 5 swords. He's carrying the knowledge of how the past is going to inform the future. But he's also got this 2 of Swords here at the bottom, which is talking about not necessarily knowing which direction to go in. And what I'm noticing here is that he's pointed in the direction of the archetype, but the swords are kind of pointed in the other direction. So it's kind of got that like, which way do I go? And then of course you bump into the architect, and the architect is saying, hey, rearrange the dreams because they're out of order, and then like kind of send you off. And it's like, that's when you find the right direction. Because if we were to go back, it's almost like it's backwards. It's backwards. That's what I was getting. What I was getting was, it's like the first room that you walked into is the last room that you're going to be like experiencing. Does that make sense? I hope that that's making sense. It's like whatever you received in the dream, it's like it's in reverse. So it's like, go back, like turn around. Even his face, he's like, oh, okay. We turn, and like it's almost like when you turn back around, you're gonna see. It's like you're gonna see this. Oh my God, this is amazing. You're gonna see the steps. It's like you're reading it you're reading in reverse. It's like turn around, and then you're gonna get the steps. That is fascinating. Oh my God, it's almost like it's being presented again here in the artist too, because remember we were looking at the tree, and the tree is this Ten of Cups. The tree is the Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Cups was it's kind of coming off as like maybe you having like a child with this person, and it's almost like that's what you first see. This is the first dream that you receive is you having children with them. Then the next dream that you received was this Four of Wands, which is, see his site is here. Look at I hope you can see it. There's a castle. It's the same building is what I'm talking about. It's further back. So I hope that you're understanding what I'm saying. It's almost like you got to look back. There's a look. Well, you have to look back. Like look back. I mean, this literally could be talking about looking back in the past, like using your past lives to inform how this connection is going to come together and unfold for you. So we have you presented here in the Ten of Pentacles. Hi, baby. Okay. So we have you presented here in the Ten of Pentacles, and this is that conversation that I was talking about. It's like an energy outside of you, known as the architect, known as the designer of, well, your life as you know it. It's coming through as like the designer of the life of your life as you know it. So this is an energy that's outside of you. That's I guess it's delivering the knowledge of all of these like past life things. So hang on, there's something here because I'm trying to identify who exactly is this architect. Who exactly is this architect? So I'm noticing like these purple robes. You know, purple talks about royalty. And then the next thing that I noticed is that this emperor here, he has on purple robes as well, and he is wearing a crown, so you know there's that sense of royalty as well. But then this is also presenting as you too. So it's kind of like, it's like this architect is you. It's you. It is a part of you. Is it a part of you? Or, okay, it's kind of coming up as like you are a part of it, because we were talking about how you and this other share the same house, sharing the same house. So it's referring to kind of like, okay, so if this is you, it's outside of you, it's kind of like your broader, no, not your broader self. It's like kind of like an over, well, yeah, I guess it could be like your broader self, but it's kind of like an oversoul energy. It's like, and this is what the house is. This is what the house is, a representation of your, you're so beautiful, I love you. She just looks at me with such loving eyes. So the house is a representation of your broader self, your more expansive self, the one that has kind of designed the experience that you're living through now. So it's kind of like an oversoul, if you will. And you know, oversouls, they do because they are so massive, and they contain so many souls within them, within the house. When they embody into the earth plane, it's like they split up. And ow, why are you biting me? Love bites. They split up. And they do appear to be kind of, well, they do appear to be like almost identical, very incredibly similar. You know, of course, having different aspects, you know, personalities and things like that. But what it's talking about here is like the core, because I'm noticing this, the core thing about you all is okay, hang on a second, we're getting into some other territory. The core thing about you all is that you have sight. You have sight. With especially everything that's being presented here, like in your dreams, um, almost like having precognitive abilities, you know, being able to see the future, but kind of piecing it together based off of past lives. It's like the ability to see within all of that, the ability to be able to see. That's kind of like a core thing that connects you both. Well, and what's interesting is that, you know, it seems like you, Aries, are the one that saw everything first. And then the other is the one who's waking up to it. So it's like they're coming into this ability to be able to see all of this as well as you. Because they're showing up here at the end of the reading, and the Queen of Cups. And look, that cup, well, it doesn't have the flower in it either. It's like it's been consumed. Meaning that whatever this message is, the one that's being received in the dreams, it's like it's processing. It's processing. What I'm loving here is that she actually has like this scrying. She's got this scrying bowl down here, which is talking once again about the sight, the ability to be able to see. To see like different timelines. That's what these are, right? Timelines. Are they timelines? Past lives? Our timelines are different timelines, past lives. I guess that kind of makes sense, right? It's like the ability to see through all of these lines. Just, you know, in case you need confirmation, you see all these lines here. They're